a 3, 2, 1, re shoot tell now. 3, 2, 1, action! Dumela. Yebo, yes. Welcome again to our next and our last himag. The camera banana ba feletse ke mmereko. Our last kibo. Yes. Ba o tsenya dibril. Ke tsamaka. Oh, okay. So welcome everybody. Today is a special edition. You know, it's the second episode and it's a special one because we are having the one and only, aka Father Ntate Mogolo wa lona, aka Brian Saul. I think Saul Emina because Omina music was Soul, right? Or Brian Saul. Okay, yeah. So we're having him. And we are also having a special guest. You won't see her, but she's here. I won't tell until maybe one day you'll know. Yeah, you'll know who she. Yeah, but anyway, so today we are having you so that we can come and just discuss and have coffee over your history and background to the industry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but firstly, who's Father? Why Father?
Why Father? Okay, and funny, this name I was given by the kids in my community.
Oh, okay.
There's a program that we used to do, it's called Make a Wish It's Your Birthday. So it started within our center.
Okay.
By the way, for those who don't know our center and what I do, over and above the music or off of music, I'm also a co-founder and an executive director for Walker Mali My Shoes Center. So we serve kids.
Is mic okay? You sure? Okay.
Yeah, we serve.
We don't want to miss this, eh? It's a very important information.
So we serve young people and underprivileged kids from poverty-stricken homes.
Yeah.
We're running 4 programs there interchangeably, which is nutrition and feeding program. We do also after-school support program, sports, music, and arts program, and youth entrepreneurship. So there's a program that we used to run before COVID-19. It's called Make a Wish It's Your Birthday.
Yeah.
So it's actually started with
the kids. I saw it.
Yes.
I remember.
So it actually started with the kids, with no exaggeration. Sometimes we'll ask the kids for when is their birthday.
Yeah.
Some they're not sure, some they don't know when it's their birthday. So I picked it up from there. That means these kids have not been celebrating their birthday.
Yeah, that's true.
Some they are 10 years.
Like me, I've never until last year or this year. When did I celebrate? Last year.
Last year, that's when you started.
Yeah.
So now it makes sense. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. We made a list to say we're gonna surprise them on their birthday. We're gonna go to school.
True.
Bring cake, presents, and flowers. So that's where it started.
Yeah.
And then it expanded, and then we started getting...
But why did they call you Father?
Father came from there because...
Besides,
I would go to school, sweets and cakes.
Oh, okay.
So Father actually comes from Father Christmas.
Oh.
Father Christmas. So they said, they said, Father. These kids are creative.
Father apartheid. Phoenix, but it's fine.
No.
We appreciate you, Father. We appreciate you. So, okay, from Father to music.
Yeah.
Or maybe I want to know why Weberix as a brand for music.
For music.
Yeah.
It rhymed well. It goes well. Now that the kids have given me the name, and now everyone in the city, Father. Agijika corner, Father. I saw Brian or UCN because I grew up Kalina la UCN Mokasi. So everyone was saying, rather than coming with another name.
Yeah. Let's take this one.
And
there's a guy we just met now. Hana really go konto. And he saw him and he's like, oh, father. I was like, dude, this guy's old. But anyway, no, we appreciate you. But so tell us about you. Who is Mr. Brian Saul? I understand you were working as a banker before. I don't want to mention the name of the bank.
The bank, yes.
But I promote.
So
your journey through that, yeah.
What had happened?
And why did you leave?
Okay, what had happened?
Now I won't leave banking. Not a challenge.
Nah, you were, especially if you've got a passion or a dream of some sort.
Okay.
Can I take you back before the bank?
You can,
so,
yeah.
So it can make sense to you and people who are viewing this.
Yeah.
So before I went to the bank, I actually worked go Latechani. Mokasi baibitsa Latechani. It's called
Latechani, yeah.
Atlas Plastic.
Okay.
Which they make all the...
Why Latechani?
Latechani, the apartheid, I mean, I think the owner, the surname is Latechani.
Oh, go Latechani.
Go Latechani.
Okay, yeah.
So back then, it was apparently, supposedly, the most paying company. So,
yeah.
Yeah. And then, I peace job and then then I met a friend of mine there, which is Senzo, who is a leading singer at Ziaduma.
Oh yeah, I know him. I've been But he's good, he's good. He's very good, yeah.
So we met there, we were the youngest in the company, so we had no choice to become friends.
Is Ponzo that old?
Yeah, Ponzo, give me the fella. Ponzo is the same age group.
Hi, my brother. Hey,
yeah, it's the same age. Yeah. So we met there and we became friends. By that time, he was pushing Ziaduma.
Yeah.
Then I got introduced to Ziaduma. And then we resigned. We pursued music.
Yeah.
And then I get an opportunity at the bank.
Okay. Or you had qualifications before?
Not necessarily.
So what's banking?
No, not necessarily. It was what do you call this? Internship.
Okay. Yeah.
For a year.
Okay.
Then I went there. After a year, they extended my contract.
Yeah.
To cut the long story short, that's where I joined the bank.
Okay.
Actually, I worked for 3 banks. The first one, I'm not going to mention the name.
Yeah, and the other one.
The other one and the other one.
And the man's because we got challenge. Wow, no. Oh, not top and chocolate. I'm too much banking as a challenge.
No, but
how would you challenge Mr.
I was not even.
Sister, we are
I was not even.
Is it possible? He looks innocent. He looks can be deceiving.
Thank you.
This guy was stealing mine. Oh, Ufadafad. Now I think
not
GBV challenge.
And by the way, last year I got an offer for the bank to go back to the bank. One of my managers.
You're gonna go back with a heist now?
No, I'm not. I refused the offer because now that explains it's gonna explain your question of why I left the bank.
Okay.
It's because of the music.
Okay.
I love music, and so even me resigning from the bank, the last bank that I worked for, I was in the management position.
Wow.
So I left to pursue music full time.
But there's
to be quite honest, if I had to compare the music and entertainment industry and the bank, we make more money in the music industry
than
only executives that are making
a
killing, but your staff,
but they're still suffering there.
Yeah,
don't you want to be a banker or something? It's not your dream.
You're not interested.
It's a lot of people's dream to be a cashier. They think there's a lot of money. Maybe it's good that you are saying this so that they know you can work in a bank and then still get 5,000 a month, 7,000 a month. Which is not worth it if you are a singer, a graphic designer, there's more to life than that.
It is the money that you can.
Yeah, unless if you don't have any choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I left. I left the bank, but not that I'm blowing my own horn. I actually want to answer your question.
Yeah.
just to clear the air as well.
Yeah.
From where I'm from, my background from my family, I'm the guy who always, I've been taught to make an impact wherever I go.
Okay.
And I think hence even my long time manager now,
Okay.
who is heading one of the banks, who
Yeah.
has taken me back, is because of the impact that I've made within the bank. Any company that I've worked with, or project, I always make a huge impact. So that's how I've been taught. But
so moving to music.
It's over 15 years now. Now that's where the story Saraponso comes in.
Okay.
We're going back there. I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle.
Until download the picture upon so that you can show who sponsor and
so we left Ponso, boiled up full time to the music.
Yeah.
Went to the bank. By that time, Ziaduma was managed by JC.
Okay.
Kamake.
Yeah.
He
The
was
ex-mayor.
Ex-mayor.
Yeah. Okay.
May his soul rest in peace.
Oh, he died.
He is.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Okay.
So after JC passed on, there are challenges with management.
Okay.
So they needed a new manager. And I was working for the bank. Ponzo approached me and said, managers, I had no idea, I had no clue of artist management, and that's how I learned.
Okay.
So says, no man, you've got the character, you learn.
Okay.
And I learned. Then I managed. I started with Ziaduma at the JC. Managed them. Papiki as well.
The guitar.
The guitar.
Oh.
The guitarist.
By the way, he's
his guitarist.
He's my guy.
Yes, I've seen the career and the growth of Papiki from there. Even all the and so forth.
Okay.
So we were very young by then, and I managed them. We did big festivals. We traveled even overseas.
The bass guy.
The bass guy.
I know people.
Yeah.
Told you.
So that's where it started.
Yeah.
And then 2010, we were in Germany. I resigned from the bank. Not from the bank, from Ziaduma.
Germany.
Yeah, we performed there. There's a.
They're overseas.
Yeah, the band was.
Overseas. You haven't. You've never been.
Yeah, the band.
Yes. Ziaduma Khale Jamos.
And that's why I still love the band. I've approached them that we need to revive them. Their music, it's
Boom, I love that. I always repeat it.
Actually, they've got 2 albums. There's one, I think it's Sala, that we need to redo now.
Yeah.
I'm in talks with them to revive the band.
Okay. Why did you resign?
Technical and other reasons, which I don't think, now that we're going to reconcile.
Yeah.
They are necessary now, but it's one of those things.
It's family politics.
It's politics.
Family politics.
It's family politics.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll revive the band.
Okay, so from there, you just continued with the industry.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
Resigning from, I was hurt, I must say. They know that. I was hurt to resign from.
I'm going to invite them.
Yeah,
they must answer.
Yeah, they must answer. So I fell in love with the band. I love the band. They know that. I resigned.
By the way, sorry. Ziaduma is one of the bands nationally they were booked all the time.
Oh, big stages.
You go to gala dinners, they are there.
Big
you
stages.
Go to the 1st of January, they are there. 31st of January, they are there.
Big.
Big events.
Big events.
And about disappoint.
Next.
You. Bapara white, the linen, the white.
And we need to start applauding even the creatives in our city.
Yes.
Afro.
I say Afro Mama. I'll tell you address.
Now
Afro Mama.
Afrofist.
Yes, Afrofist. Yeah. Okay, now
he was the stylist.
Wow.
Says Yadum, and they loved him. Actually, we're supposed to go back to Germany.
Yeah.
The following year.
Okay.
We were planning to travel with him to Germany because they also loved the attire.
Okay.
So yeah, we
No, it's fine. Let's fast forward to after leaving Ziyaduma. Where did you go?
The blessing in disguise, kind of. So because already I made connection within the industry as their manager.
And you're in Germany, by the way.
And so.
So when you were in Germany, gina kula kasamba na rbita aeroplane flamachi.
2010 it was World Cup. No. So hopefully it was now.
Flamachi.
Yeah. So a year before, 2008, there was an international show that was done by my mentor in the music business and doing festivals. 2009. So
2009.
2009.
Yeah.
So
yes.
So there was an international tour that was happening about Manhattan's Temptation.
Yes. I could not afford a ticket.
Yeah,
so
that was done by Sabatali Chema.
Okay, yeah.
Actually groomed me in this industry.
Yeah, he was my also far mentor.
You meant?
Yeah, I used to look at him from far. It's like I want to be like that guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I grow up.
He's the guy who groomed me. But by default, how I came to function in other position within the industry. There was a festival in Porch, in Harold Melville and the Blue Notes. Harold Melville and the Blue Notes and other top jazz acts. Ziyaduma was booked there. I was the manager at Ziyaduma there.
Wow.
So there was a gentleman who is also a business partner to Sabatali Chem. He's an American. He's called Dan Riley.
Okay.
He spotted me there because the tour was strenuous for him.
Okay.
And by that day, he was not feeling well.
Yeah.
So I could see he's struggling on stage. And I approached him and said, "Can I help you?" He said, "Great. First time doing first management. Adutigwa, first script, call Brayu, call Dolnaga, call Ziyadum." So that's how I learned stage management by default. And he liked me. He went back to the States. He connected me with Sabatali Chema to say, now I'm going to connect you with Sabat. Sabat is going to groom you in the industry.
Yeah.
You've got potential.
Yeah.
So after I resigned in Ziyaduma, I had a backup. Stage management.
Okay.
I called him. He was in the.
So you never went to school for stage management?
No.
So it's passion.
It's passion, yes.
It's passion. Remember, we're trying to teach young people that without metric, we're not saying people must basafeta metric, but we're saying ata didn't saboni skasho because habafeta metric. Yeah. So true. Passion must move you to greater heights, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I called him. He says no. Fortunate enough, we've got a tour that is coming. They were bringing again Manhattan's Temptations and Hall Melville and the Blue Notes. So I became part of the tour.
Oh.
And Mama Felicia Mabuza by that time was still doing the show. Was connected highly Lebona.
Yes.
So I did that tour Lebona, but still working for the band. I mean, for the bank.
Oh.
So,
leave.
leave.
Okay.
So my leave always negidinka spana somewhere. Relax.
Oh yeah.
So during my leave days, negikinya leave fauna leto or put in your leave. Liko spane bana it.
Okay.
So that's how I joined. Then stage management, I learned production, I learned PR, I learned marketing. So I was wearing different caps until I became the operational manager Afro Pulse Entertainment.
Wow.
And from there we grew from doing, actually we specialize in R&B and soul. We did Bonebo, the Tamadeu, Basolu, Manhattan's Temptation, Harold Melville.
R. Kelly, you were not involved?
We were.
You could not listen to R. Kelly in my country.
Remember, Yes.
Leona ka tena next for the ticket. You can imagine. Go ke semotso for the ticket tining. Ke paletse go for the ticket a re cash. Mbona usutla. Ilo tsa rona batho ba right.
Yeah, so we did those Chem as well. We brought Chem in the country.
The Joe Thomas.
Anthony Hamilton.
Many
times. Actually, Anthony Hamilton to this day, when he comes to the country, I still become part of their production.
Yeah.
So there's other artists as well because of the good, relationship with them business-wise when they come to the country. Others, even if they're not coming, for an example, like of this we're talking about, the Karen White show.
Yes.
If maybe there was one of the guys that I knew there, he would have recommended me to be part of the production because I've done 1, 2, 3 production, and that's how it works again. Even in the States, when you have treated them well this side, they recommend you that side. Or when you land to the country, contact this guy. He will connect you. He knows the ins and outs. He will make sure that the show goes well. So that has been my journey. Over 15 years in the minute.
So through journey, how many artists to the born in were from the Northwest dear to maybe national stage? The likes of Malaika, the likes of so many, Bo Double HP. So on the international space. And how did they end up going back to Northwestern land as Cape music? Because a lot of them, they are back home. What happened?
A lot of us, I think, let me rectify, not of them only, a lot of us.
Okay.
I'm part of the, and I think that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to teach them, the young creatives, of what is actually happening in the industry. It's not what we see on television. There's quite a lot that is happening that we're teaching them. You need to have a backbone. You need to have a financial mindset. You need to know how to use money. Because we're making money. The industry, we're making a huge money. You make millions, you blew millions. And we needed to change that mindset, particularly with my experience, is that we made a lot of millions. Your R. Kelly show, it's an A+ show. The revenue there we're talking
like
about.
Like 8 bar?
Yeah?
8 million?
No, I'm talking about A+.
Oh, A+.
A+, we call them the A+ artists. That means they fall into a certain category. Yes. But by then, 2013, that's where we did R. Kelly. The revenue then that we're going to be making, it was 20 million plus. It was, so it broke us, man. And I remember 2013, I even took my sister. There was a new estate that was built go south, the Johannesburg South. Cash after.
Serious?
That's how we were rolling by then.
So music industry and the
it does.
It does have money.
The entertainment industry in general, there's a lot of
actually
money,
behind the scene.
Yes.
People make more money.
Behind the scene, people. I love that. It was. I was pushed now to come to the front as a father, but I've always loved, and I'm gonna push. The back door kind of a thing. So with managing artists, doing production, I love being behind the closed doors.
So now you're saying, Batuba Khalebale model limelight, and now they're back home. Like, what kind of an advice would you give to them to say, maybe to the young ones who are trying to make it in the industry? What would you say, this is what you're supposed to do when you get into the industry? Because it's not easy. I've seen it. I've been there. Actually, I'm in it.
You are.
I'm in it. And there's gigs I think I gig each and every week. And you get, yes, there's a lot of money. 20,000 for me a long time ago, and 20,000 10,000 I'll be happy. I'll buy a car, I'll buy a house. Now to find out 20,000 to spend like a big, or so I think that mindset, or we don't know how to manage money when we enter this industry. What can you say about that?
We need to change the mindset, and that's what we're teaching the young people living in our center. The mindset is the most powerful thing.
Yeah.
You can change a lot of things. You can change your faith, your religion,
yeah.
your clothes, your environment, change cities. But if you don't change here,
yes.
you will still
yes.
still have the same
yeah.
problem perpetuating itself now and then
yeah.
because you don't change the mindset, you don't change how you look at things. And remember, what you think about is what you're gonna get.
True.
So that's what we're teaching the young creatives, that let's start here, let's start with the mindset.
Yeah.
Because even our generation, especially Mokas, we've been taught about a kind of a hand-to-mouth kind of a thing. Even how we're running our businesses.
Yes.
The hot manager was the youngest in the industry. Bobra Sabs, you know him.
Yeah.
He's been there in the industry.
Yeah.
And also the mindset, it was dead. We will make money, we'll make millions, we do millions.
True.
So there was no sustainability. The sustenance was lacking. And those are the things that I've learned in these 8 years that I've taken a break here in the industry. And also teach other young people to say, sustenance is very important. You need to turn around the way it is, and you need to spread it across so that you can always it as again. So it's not like like you mentioned, the 20,000. Let the 20,000, at least the 50% of it be in a seed.
Yeah, true.
You are all created another 20.
True.
So that's what we're teaching them, and that's what I'm practicing now to say. Because by then I was young, naive, the limelight.
Yeah, you think money will never run out.
Yeah, that's the mindset.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Keep on making money.
My first big payment was about 1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, so many numbers. Can you believe that money was finished in a day? Because now I had to pay artists. I thought that money was mine. Now I had to pay artists, production, all of those things. It was gone. Actually, I had a loss on top of that 1.5 million. So people, what I perform for 20,000, and then he thinks, oh, now let's jackpot. Why people wanna label 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, but fail to sustain what they do. So I think you are right. They should start managing their financials right. So no. I hear you. How much did you hold? Like a hold like? You can say the amount. You can say the amount. Like, serious. We need to. And what was the question after that?
Okay.
Yeah. How much was it? Plus minus.
Okay.
Like how? Tell you.
It doesn't matter where it's coming from.
No, it doesn't matter. We don't care actually.
Less than 200K, but
Yeah.
more than 100K.
More than 100K.
Yeah.
And if it left another, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Cheat. Yeah. Not thinking that she needs to invest back so that she can do the necessary each and every month. Each and every month. Yeah. So for how long? If it left, how long?
I think half a year, but that's an investment.
Yeah.
If you want to leave,
Yeah.
you can keep it for 3 years.
Oh.
Investment to me.
No, I'm saying child if it left an hour.
Less than a year.
Less than a year. When at least you sustain it. Well, Steven never blew at 2,000. 2 down. Gone. No. So maybe I don't know if you are comfortable. There's a guy that I was following so much when I was growing up. Actually, I was like, I want to be like this guy when I grow up. He was representing us nationally very well, and his name is Lesego. Lesego, I don't know his surname. Viva Tau.
We all know him,
Lesego, that guy, he was amazing. I think he still is. He still is amazing, and he's one of those guys. Life is not as straight as it is. There are challenges, and you need to come back, and then we pop out, and then start rising again. And a lot of people more Klextop or Northwest, they were like, yeah, he doesn't know how to use money. Yes. That might be truth, but I think the society it's a problem because when you come back, from Joburg, from Cape Town, they tend to, I don't know, about more than, yeah. How do we deal with this kind of society whereby, guys, it's not right. It's really not right. People must change how they do things.
No, it's not easy. Those are community dynamics that people are accustomed to.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to change that.
You know, a person can come back from Cape Town or Johannesburg with HIV. They gotta die go Joburg because they know coming back they won't have that support there.
Right.
You know, my community yeah. We need to start changing that. Yeah.
I came back home, we did have Kelly 2013.
Yeah.
The following year I came back home.
Yeah.
I lost everything. I had to lose my investment, my house, Josie.
Lost the house.
By that time, actually, by that time, my daughter was a year old. So, from scratch, I didn't want to come home.
Yeah.
I refused. I said, I'd rather hustle more.
Josie.
I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
So I said, whoever it's going to be.
True.
But this is where the support comes in. You know, my mother said, if you're gonna you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
One second thing that she told me, and that actually convinced me to come back home was, you're still young. You're still young, and every year, is it a decade? It's a money the challenges.
True.
So you can still recruit, come back home. But another thing, my mother always, even though I was in the music industry, traveling, making money, she always told me, there's something that is missing in me. I'm not actually entirely living my purpose. So she convinced me to come back home. I came back home, got back.
Yeah.
And
as a big I
came back home with some few furniture, back, and I also need to applaud this guy, Temba Mazabani.
Oh yes.
Temba Mazabani, we've been friends for a very long time. And, I can't about 50.
Yeah.
Well, they're still alive. He was one of the key guys that offered help and said, take my car, pack your things, okay. And tell me if you're listening to this, and I've told you many times, my brother, thank you. Thank you for lending a hand and helping me. Came back home, it was not easy to answer your question. Aksana Trans, remember I used to come back home, show, start with the neighbors. I remember this particular, I always make a joke about it. If I have my taxi here down, and I could hear these two ladies at the back. But what's an again? Leader, the bona get it.
Oh no. Oh no, Machi. It's like so. Yes.
That's how bad you are.
I almost said
So, and that I could take, because I keep eats.
Yeah.
But the most painful thing to me was Majida tickets to the shows. Majida Banegi valuable Mamokas, they know themselves. I used to have a townhouse more than grade. Last cafe.
Yes.
Ripita lost my chair.
Yeah.
That town. Majida Baneriada, but when I was down, no one could come to the rescue or say, Brian, skip an keys.
Exactly, yeah.
And I learned from there, that was the most painful thing. People that you were close with, when when you were at high,
Yeah.
you know, they knew you, but when you are down, they turn the blame.
Yeah.
But I learned from that and learn from that as you're watching this, it's not everyone that will come to your rescue.
Yeah.
That's why I'm pinpointing the ones that came to my rescue, and I will never forget them.
No.
So it has never been easy. But what kept me sane, true story, 2 years. The first 2 years, I was doing nothing.
So, just wake up.
You've seen where the center is running,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
parents' house.
Yes.
The office,
Kamoli, yeah. Yes.
That room, that L shape, the one year sliding door,
Yeah.
it was my sacred place for 2 years. Full, no exaggeration.
Sure.
Every day, what I would do in the morning, I'll pray 3 o'clock a.m. I'll wake up 3 o'clock and pray.
Yeah.
I read a whole lot of people who are successful,
Yeah.
Oprah, Bill Gates,
Yeah.
you know, just to get the formula of how they maintaining their success, because I've tasted this success,
Mhm.
but I couldn't sustain it.
Yes.
And to this, I can conclude is all these successful people, all of them, they have one thing in common: the mindset.
Mm.
And that's why we're teaching them. That's
Mm.
why, you know, this is the most important treasure. That your mind is if you take care of it, if you support it well, it will take you far. And I had to learn that is faith. So for 2 years, what I was doing,
Yeah.
every day, pray, read the word, read the book, community dynamics again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
those are the dynamics.
Bane ba mo kwalletse go gongwe. O no shota ona le mana la matelele le ditedu. Yeah.
Plus the kids and among the
Yeah.
You know, so those are the most painful things that I had to experience.
From your own community.
Exactly. But let me say this.
Mm.
This is very important. Most of the time, your greatest rejection can be your greatest direction.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that again.
Wow. Skho.
Your greatest rejection, most of the time, can be your greatest direction. Rejection, direction. So that was the case now. That's when even Walker Man in My Shoes was formulated.
Okay.
Because for that 2 years, one day, every now and then I get a couple of, because you know,
Yeah.
it's just opposite.
Yeah. Shoprite.
Okay, Shoprite.
Yeah.
So I will go there, get a couple of, but I will see these kids will beg for food. So, you know, okay, if
Yeah.
they are hungry. There's these 3 kids that were always in my mind, even when I pray. And say, but
Yeah. Onole broke.
let's try to figure out.
Onole broke, yeah.
You know,
So for millions, you cannot even afford Magwenya.
even one.
You see, life is zima.
I want to tell you a story that I encourage most entrepreneurs. You know, when we started Walker Man in My Shoes, I couldn't even afford 5 rand their dad. You know what I will do? Kotlatleng is close to Aritoki.
Oh, yes.
Honali Wi-Fi is free that get.
That together, yeah.
So I will do a proposal more phone or more laptop.
Yeah.
Laptop.
Yeah.
He save it, email, walk around, people are talking, just to send an email.
Yeah.
I got to check any replies.
Why,
I go there, you know. So, and
So Aritsoking was your internet cafe.
that is what.
Oh, no.
And thanks for
Thanks to Aritsoking.
We still have a good relationship.
Yeah, ono utwa data. Oh yeah, wa utwa ke bana ba school. Free Wi-Fi for school kids.
But here now, that free Wi-Fi
is
built
Yeah.
one of the biggest youth centers in the district.
Yeah.
7 young people.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, and hence the song, it's my testimony.
Okay.
You know, it's not just a song that I've written, I want you to give, but it's my testimony to say, so don't give up.
Yeah, no.
I've never,
No.
you know, there were times where I thought,
Don't forget to put the link here, the song at the bottom, so people can go and listen to the song. I can give up. That one. Ke khana na, khana gan.
so
Yeah. Okay.
This point, sometimes we can't.
And I can see now that the center, for those who don't know, I think we'll put pictures. And how many kids do you have there? And also, in a lot of things. You have studios there, Libaruta music, Libaruta dancing. There's a lot. What do you do there?
Actually, in this song, my project is recorded in that studio.
Wow. Pina
The Ghana song was recorded in that studio.
You don't need Gauteng studio to be an artist.
Exactly. Thank you.
You don't need that.
Say that again. Say that again.
Repeat. Go back.
No,
No, you must go back. Yeah.
You've seen our studio. It's
I've seen, yeah.
I'm looking at the bigger than
Roommate on night.
roommate owner for our studio.
Ke bo kena ke fete suta ke fete de no khona tshwara keyboard o tshwara ka style nyana o dlale pina nyana.
Do what we've produced.
Yeah,
This is
that song on TikTok and let thousands and thousands of people buy Jueta. I'm saying it now. Go and check it. I can't give up. But to buy Jueta, buy all of those things from that small studio, you don't need. And I think Bokabza, the small Bo Maporisa Barabonsit.
Yeah.
In your house, build something and then just do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Wow, I'm impressed. I hope a lot of artists are watching this. Okay.
So, yeah, the center have called me, I must say, and I applaud as well to the board of directors,
Yeah.
to people who supported us. Another gentleman that I need to applaud
Yeah.
is who actually bought into the vision, Kim Datematis, the businessman.
Oh yes.
So let me go back. Do you allow me to go back to
Yeah.
the story? Sabbath?
Yeah, 1 second. That's for 1 second. Yeah.
So another way, obviously I couldn't afford. So I went to the businessman and said, these kids, I want to be sharp.
Yeah.
And we want to open a feeding. The center started a feeding program. But
Oh.
by the way, my mother has been a mother of the community.
Yeah.
We used to do the soup kitchen in churches and so
Oh,
so
okay.
gelled while,
You know,
and she
Stephen,
was-
I could not believe go bona mama ga gore ke me mo tonna mare how mo shebile se soya.
Yeah.
O etsa di aerobics, o etsa she can run a ka go fit mo tsele. Ene bana go ditse motho mo ka.
Most people they don't believe like it's about that.
Yo.
They say give me the yak actually. Most people they still think of lady like
Hey.
give me the yak. Especially when you go to Josie and
Yes.
this. Not like I said this one. Because she
O phela ba Americans nkile ga o kerekeng ya ga mo godimo hoto, and then there was this lady who was from America. She was 80 something years old and apere legging. Apere legging alle fresh, like body are really fresh. I think they shoot that about.
Yeah.
Alle fresh kire. Ha.
That's my mother. And
Okay, but anyway, you can continue.
Yeah, she's been a mother of the community.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was happy. And that was the purpose that she was referring to. Remember, your mother knows you better than anyone
Yeah.
else. Because
That's true.
From the place of her creation, you come from there. So, but again, my mother reminded me when I was born.
Yeah.
She actually said to God after I was born that I'm going to serve the community. So I'm actually living in prophecy.
Yeah.
But she ushered this for me. That's why my already meets Madia.
Okay.
Madia from Tyler Perry.
Madia. Okay.
I call her Madia because
Yeah.
of how she disciplines.
Madio makhaga, mama ga makhaga.
No, in terms of the discipline.
You disagree? Mario makhaga.
It's not.
And no.
Is that Madia straight? As I'm a kissing with club sharp.
Yeah. Oh, she's like that.
She's more lady like more lady the whole night he beats you if I don't share food labor now.
Oh.
So it was a training for me. So that's why I'm able to serve at ease.
True.
At this age,
Okay.
because
Okay.
from here, I need it.
True.
Lady like seriously, she will preach you. I was a light of beta.
Child abuse. Yeah.
2003 child abuse.
Yeah. Child abuse, right?
Great. So yeah.
Okay.
So that's how. And then when we formulated this, it was easy. And she
Okay.
supported me in terms of this is
Oh.
this is you can still go back to the industry. But
Yeah.
serving it's the biggest thing, and I've learned it. I've learned, even in the Bible, Jesus said it. If you want to be the greatest, be a servant.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So.
Ba ka pele, ba tla isa ka morao. Ba ka morao, ba tla isa ka pele. And that's what they say also. I like that verse. So they say, stop fighting for front seat. Stop until the owner of the wedding says to you, Mganwam, izanga phambili. It's an honor actually to you. Wow, banzilo from the back, bantira an important person, but how to clap on right to receive the Gucci way. Can't know we don't want you there. There are people but anyway, I hope people can learn. And it's embarrassing also for away from Kopil. Because we pile city amount. Yes. You understand? Yeah. I hope people can change the mindset. Ultimately it's about to do until we saw Kopil. Easy.
So I've learned that I must say I know how to serve.
Okay.
And my mother has taught me that I'm the guy who will always be share everything until you come and take me. And I think you can attest to that because that's exactly what you did. For me to work with you now, that's exactly, I think that's what you saw.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy who blows my own or my actions. And this is actually what I'm also preaching to the Christians.
Okay.
To say they should stop hiding behind the church walls.
Yeah.
In Africa now, to be quite honest, I think if we give them the benefit of the doubt, 90% of the people in Africa, they know about God, they know about Christ. It's not the Middle East.
No.
Now we need to change this. It's not about preaching the gospel now. It's about living the gospel.
Yeah, because he preached it too much.
He preached it too much. That era is gone.
Yeah.
If you come to me and preach Christ and you do
the opposite.
You preach God and you do the opposite.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
We're not saying don't make mistakes, but we're saying, live the gospel.
Live the gospel. That's what I'm doing. I don't go around preaching about Christ.
Oh.
I don't go around preaching about God. I live God.
Yeah, because you are God. You are Christ. Remember he said, I don't know which Bible, I'm not a priest, I'm not a pastor.
Yes.
We are built in his image. You understand? So we are like him. So by us being here, we need to act the same way. Or this is what God wants, and this is right, this is wrong all the time. Even though we have freedom, but we still have to, take accountability in whatever actions we do. Yeah, but
and in the point that we do any mistakes, we do mistakes. It's forgiving God. But what I'm saying is, it's the same that we always use here how we preach practice what we preach.
Yeah.
And people need to see that.
Yeah.
The communities that we serve, even in the rural areas, everywhere I go actually, that communities,
yeah.
And I've never opened the Bible and preached to them. What did they see?
Wow.
Wow. So that's the kind of life that I'm living. Plus, I'm a role model to the kids that I'm serving. So I need to practice what I'm. It doesn't make sense to them. It never makes sense to them. And expect, this is a hybrid. The 2000 they question everything. To go this way, why should I go this way? We don't challenge the but when I did, you not.
Yeah.
You're not going that way.
Yeah.
What can make you go into that?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
true.
Not
leading that. So, and that's the mindset again that we need to change, especially as public figures, as role models, as celebrities.
Yeah.
Let's change that. Let's teach people with our lives.
Yeah.
Not
yeah, that's true. That's true. Leader, let's talk about Matlera.
Yes.
I have so much that I want to ask, but let's talk about Matlera and and then we can close the show. Well, I don't know, a long time ago. And I was born in Kolosot.
Oh, yes.
So I think I came here in 6 years. I can't go to this after. I think I 6 years. So, I arrived to Matlera. And as of that time, it was a safe and, it was a safe place to be. It was nice town to associate yourself with. That's why Rebona Malaika, Rebona youngsters, you know, Boskalvik, Rebona, a lot of people but from Klerksdorp, Bayer to other, you know, provinces, yes, Bodinondlovo, we can mention a lot. Rebona, it was nice to grow up in Klerksdorp. It was that town, it was, you know, sharp. Now, and it was, the most important thing, it was safe.
Yes.
It was safe, because I want to talk about this. I think Bomutsi and they can say much better because they have their magazines and all of those things. What I want to understand, what went wrong, because now, crime indicates about that time, you know, the group, you know, and as a community, we got used to that. Because Manabasa Tsunye community, it was fights between themselves, and then that's it. Next time, but you could walk freely, more stop, you understand? But now, it's and I remember I was watching TV long time ago, Zola 7 and Sampanale, very big. And then he came to Kanana. So I'm talking about Klerksdorp, not Jovetina or Kanana. I'm talking about the whole of Klerksdorp. Kosh area. So Zola 7 came to Klerksdorp, go Kanana, and on live TV, we could see, you know, but Basa Tabinix, or yeah, you know, this is us, you know. Now, go to Klerksdorp, there was fights, there was all of those things. And they are moving now to Motopo. And now, there are no more ATMs, there are no more these franchises about the ShopRite, you know, all of these things. So there's a lot of crime at Klerksdorp. And are we contributing to that? What happened? What did we do so wrong so that Honali interests? Because I don't think we're producing more stars anymore.
I think we do, my leader. And
okay.
I'll justify my answer. Let me start here. You know, the problem at Klerksdorp, it's not a problem at Klerksdorp. It's a national problem.
Okay.
It happens crime happens everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But for it now to be so more in Klerksdorp, I'll mention the reasons. This is a mining city.
Yeah.
In a sustainable mine.
Okay.
A lot of mines have closed because they have closed unemployment there. That's number one.
Okay.
But let me go back to the national one. For it's a national problem. It is a problem. I'm saying this. This is a national platform. But let me just say it. The problem in this country, my leader, it's not problem, a lack of resources.
Okay.
It's a lack of leadership. That's the problem that we have.
I hope Bama means.
And it filters down. The thing about leadership is if you do it wrong, it will filter down to the
True.
ground.
Yeah.
So it's that problem that we have in this country, the lack of leadership.
Yeah.
Not being led right. It's not like we don't have resources. We produce a lot.
Okay.
We've got a lot of minerals. We've got a lot. This thing, lack of opportunities, is just a lie that has been created.
Yeah.
We can still create opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's not just a Klerksdorp thing.
It's a national thing.
It's a national thing, but particularly in Klerksdorp, now, a lot of mines have closed. Now unemployment there already. Where there's the high unemployment, you need to feed your family.
Yes, true. Yeah.
But the solution to this as well is this. We've been engaging government institutions about this. That's why I'm saying that the biggest problem in this country is leadership. To say civil society organizations, they are very key in building the communities.
Yeah.
But government somehow have turned a blind eye on it, and they've forgotten how actually for this country today to be enjoying this freedom that we're enjoying today. Get that by the civil society organization.
Yeah.
Churches, they used to hide our politicians by then.
Yeah.
Feed them. True story. If you read the history up, like
no, we know.
Mandela,
we know.
But who protected them? Who came on youth centers. There was a organization that I volunteered going on, African, I need to mention this because they called me.
Yeah.
African children feeding scheme.
Okay.
It's it operates in Gauteng. I think it's got more than 20 centers.
Yeah.
That center, it has produced bone that the Meyiwa'S. That's where they blend the
saxophones, yeah,
a lot before they go to exile.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the purpose of civil society organization, youth centers. It can solve those problems, but we're not getting the support that we need to get. We're submitting the proposals. The industry, the government now, that's how it works. You need to know somebody to help you. Yeah. But rely in the community because we're not solving the problem. But if this organization is making an impact, a huge impact, why don't you support it? There's another thing, let me tell you this. I've been saying this, and this has gotten me into trouble. Yeah. Our government, current government now, it's not for the people. I'll tell you why. Their responsibility, it wants people to rely on them. So poverty and hunger in this country is caused deliberately by our leadership so that this young generation and everybody else relies on them. So that is why the challenge in terms of helping organizations that are really doing a great impact, it's not coming because they know they will solve the problem that they're trying to create. Yeah. So the problem is the leadership. But we've got a formulation here, we've got a formula, we've got something that will work. When I came back, Kitla Mokasi, 7 years ago, where there was a center, actually it was a hardware criminal. Where Center on operator na Extension 7, Extension 7 used to be high in crime. Gangsterism, but now it went down. And we are not even solving problem of crime. To this day, we're not solving problem of crime as the center. It's a ripple effect. We're only solving problem of bana. Because now we're solving, remember Banabarba Seva, the Tamazabone di Haselas. So if we're able to feed these kids, there's a need that we're closing. So they don't need to break. At least in 1 hour. There's a program within our center. There's about 200 and something kids every month. They get in food parcels. So it solves that. There's a lot, but it needs collaboration. Yeah. It's just unfortunate that the government is not coming to the party the way it's supposed to, and then we'll have solved so many problems. Yeah. Unemployment, it can be solved. I'm sure about that. Unemployment can be solved, and I think you can attest to that with the skill training and skills development that we're doing. Youth centers, we're teaching kids how to operate. Soon these kids, they will be running their own podcast. We're teaching them that. So we're upskilling them. We're not just feeding them. Center hand to mouth. They're not coming to the center because they come into the center because we want to fill their stomach so that they can know about the skills. So that's how we can solve this. On the Madlera issue, the Hasela Starona, Majidaba Hasela, some of them have an engagement label. And their reasons are valid to their point to say, Brian Aronaspan, Father Saronaspan. They come. Majidaba haba savasi in the strate. They still need to eat. They come, hot money, we still feed them. Kosente. So imagine if we upskill them, we create opportunities for them. It's not like they want to do crime. It's not like they want to go to.
So the problem is the hate.
It's the hate.
We need to cut the hate.
We need to solve this.
We need to cut the hate. But do you think we have more politicians that are now? Do you think we have somebody who will change the economy of South Africa so that we can have this kind of opportunities?
We do have.
We do.
Many. But now,
I really think they are there for their stomach.
Yeah. No. Now I'm looking at it in this way.
Okay.
Vision-wise, future-wise, we do have, but some of them, they're not even in the curricular space.
Yeah.
I can also vouch today that actually, if we put you, you will change.
What will change?
You get what I'm saying?
Bamvotele.
If we put you, and I'm not saying this because I'm in this studio.
Yeah.
We know there are people in the communities that are doing great impact in the communities. They are not politically affiliated, but we could see their impact. I think now that's why even the political landscape is changing. We're saying that I think in the next future, voter per political party, even individuals
we can,
to represent, and that is going to change the political landscape.
Yeah, I think it should.
But we've got many intellects in our country, running big business, big corporations that we can able to put to run the country.
I think we should give it up to McG by changing the thing here to your broadcasting, because now instead of us watching the news, and in the news they are controlled by somebody or some politician, and then they cannot show other politicians or they Baba capturing. So I think the podcast will help if a lot of people can have podcasts, so they can help to change the society in Leon, so that we cannot be dependent to our government. We should change, like you're saying, we should vote for people that we think they are right to lead. And about the politicians and all of those things.
Because it's evident.
That's true.
So, and another thing lastly sir, that I want to mention is, remember everything that is created solves a problem.
Yeah.
This podcast is going to solve a certain problem.
Yeah.
You've just reminded me of worker Kamek G. His podcast is solving a particular problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, doctors solve a medical problem.
Yeah.
Government is supposed to solve even a social problem. They're lacking in that.
Yeah.
Church, it solves a spiritual problem.
Yeah.
So between me and you, everyone, even these guys, they're solving a particular problem.
Yeah.
So we need to start aligning ourselves as human beings that we've been created. We've got gifts that can solve the problem that we have.
Yeah.
Whether in your community or in the country as a whole. So now I'm of the mindset that this thing, a lack of opportunity is a lie. This thing, the cure, it's a lie. We can, because we've been created to, as a woman being, you've got a gift. You've got your uniqueness and premium that is able to solve a particular thing. We just need to groom it, we just need to nurture it, knowledge. That's why you need to go to school, basic education, but everything in this world, how God created this, I want to solve it.
But why Republic solve load shedding for 10 years? How long load shedding? I think we're the only country, and we are the richest country. We are one of those richest countries in Africa. Why are we having a problem? Solve load shedding. Number one, we had 2020, we had COVID. And then a lot of resources, sheltered billions and billions, were maybe transferred to solve this COVID thing. You understand?
Which was not the case anyway.
You understand? Yeah. That politically is not the case. So we spend that money for this thing. Why are we not spending the same money to build the substations and whatever, those things, generators? If we cannot solve that by ESCOM, why are we not building the solars for each and every household? Why are we not buying generators? The same money. I can say the billions and billions. And I get tax money as South Africans. Why are we not redirecting that money for COVID? 100 billion. I don't know how many billions do we need. And then we start saying, okay, every household in a solar system, every business buy a generator, so that we don't have this kind of problems. Why are we not doing that? Why are we continuing this thing? Are we captured? Is South Africa captured?
It goes back to what I was saying about the leadership. The problem in this country is here.
Yeah.
It's the head. Secondly, I think we know most of people who are making decisions currently in this country, they need to be sleeping and resting.
Yeah.
Because they're pensioners. They're not functioning as me and you. The
True.
ideas taken on its own, if I pitch them to them, they're not making sense.
True. They are sleeping with government.
And they're refusing. They're refusing.
But another power. I think the people have power.
We do have power. And I think that's the purpose again of what you said about McG and other platforms that are coming like this one.
Yeah.
We are able to educate people differently.
Yeah.
Without one channel and they monopolize the whole thing.
One, yeah.
We've got channels. People now with the digital platforms that are on high now, they're able to go for they get to this information to say. So it's a matter, but I've been engaging, by the way. I've been engaging because I deal with a lot of young people. I've been engaging with young people. They're not buying this thing, the current leadership anyway. That's why they're not even voting. But now we need to start what we've started now, even within our center, is educating them about the political landscape, if I may say, the political epitaph or whatever that you can call it, for lack of a better word. If ba and mama complain about they are to be blamed because contribute. So that's why we now saying the next election, because you don't like this, put the one that you like into the position so that he can lead you right. But we need to, I think this has been preached so many times, has been talked about many times, about the current leadership. It's even getting
Talking about leadership, who's this leader? Malema. He was saying we should not mourn Queen Elizabeth or Elizabeth. Elizabeth or Queen Elizabeth. Depending how momona ki Queen Elizabeth, because she's important to you. And also momona le colonizer o mina Elizabeth. O fola ka wena, wena fola ko Elizabeth or ko Queen. Personally, I really don't respect her.
Neither, sir. I haven't even followed what they do. What I know anyway about them, it's what they've stolen from us. I've seen pictures of.
So you agree with Malem that they stole from us? Julius Malem.
If it's a recent thing that Malema.
Yes, he said it. No.
But I've read about it before the statement. Malema anyway to say, because there was picture before, I think 3-4 years back, that was circulating. But like it's the gold.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes, so that's when I started.
Awesome, pay buy one.
And so I got to get the story. So okay, even the gold that we're doing here goes outside and so forth. So the bottom line is here. To answer your question is, I don't think I'll support somebody who steals from my home.
Yeah. That's really leader. Must respect the dead.
We don't.
Baba Jimu batla go beza dead.
Ba ga mama kho. Baba kho.
Ba kho apoka no. Well, and I really think that empire is. So for me, I don't respect it, number one. Number two, Langaya to the UK or to London, I won't wish to go and see the palace, and for me that's my thinking. So let's talk about there's a case that is going on now, Senzo. Yesterday, nearly chance I don't know his name. Mari's the best friend. Tumelo? Madala. So the guy who Parliament stand, and majority of South Africans, they are saying he has something to hide. I don't know how to feel about that. Now, I always think for two sides. I always think the government side, the judge side, and then later, So I'm thinking, honestly, number one is being arrogant about the question, and also kifila gabe gore ba mo abuse from the court side. But the lawyer on some interview, who's the lawyer, ma'am? the lawyer on the interviewer now, or representing accused number 1 to 4. Who's that lawyer? Okay, no one knows. Right. So he's been personal to the guy, one more shouter in court. Do you think this case will ever end? It's been how many years? 10 years? 6, 7? 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 8 years.
It will. Maybe not in our timing, but it will.
So we must die first for the case.
I don't know.
Say, you can't say that.
But I'm being honest.
If we die, give me
we would have wished for this case to be solved.
Yeah. Do you think Kelly did it?
I don't know.
Do you think one of the guys in the house did it?
I really don't.
Do you think it was someone else from outside?
There's something that I've learned about law.
Yeah.
A friend of mine is a lawyer, by the way.
Okay.
Something that I've learned. And there's actually a quote or a proverb about it. It says, the first witness, paraphrased, I might be wrong. The first witness, the first to be asked question, the first witness sounds good until the second one comes.
Oh.
So for now, for me, it's premature to say this guy is lying, or not, because I heard even the lawyer saying that there's another witness that will come, that will call. Atloga testa hore Senzo nagadanali.
Zandi Kumar.
Both
Yeah.
the sisters.
And about God and all the sisters. Maybe Abaka understand because of the hate. It's an interesting case.
I think it's
Yeah.
close to cracking.
Yeah.
It's just that Rona, we would have wanted, me included, would have wanted to crack it earlier, but it's going there.
Okay.
Somebody's gonna slip, and that's actually the purpose of the lawyer. Like you were saying, Ngarona personal. He's not being personal. He's
Yeah.
Well, I think that's my observation.
I think the guy, and I don't want him to be my friend. I can't recky so.
But what pains me is the advocate or
of it.
the advocate. What is this? Oh, but it's a license.
Yes. Yeah.
That also didn't sit well with me. But
Why? For me, he was arrogant. He was very disrespectful, very much. Like,
you know,
he was like the star of the court. He was like, And for me, he was too slow.
to solve the
No, to ask questions. He doesn't even respect the law. I think one thing about the lawyers and the doctors, they respect whatever they do. So I think that also, and remember, this case is being watched by the whole world. Oh, okay, what's going to happen? And it's the second case here in South Africa, a high profile. The first one was Oscar Pistorius, right? I feel. So I think he should be treating this case as serious as it is. So if you get a lawyer there playing or asking stupid questions like, it's like, oh, because so unata all the attention and that's why case in the postpone because complain about this. So now once I postpone, these people by 5 by accuse by do tronco. How solve the problem? He's solving his own ego problems. That's my problem. So I think this it was a joke for me. It was a joke.
Yeah, but I think it was too hard.
I guess I'm I represent myself and do whatever I need to do.
I think Kavamufile just a slap to say, you know what?
Say, Atamai. I don't know, on another case today or tomorrow, his personal case, I don't know about the license or what, I don't know. They did.
But
Hans wat the license Kaizer Chiefs, don't you think? License Kaizer Chiefs.
Give me a coach. Give me a coach a chance. I think that's our problem, in the countries generally.
Yeah.
Impatient nation.
How are we impatient? Tell me, how are we impatient, Chiefs?
Lonama Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were post. A lot of you were applauding him. No. He's been there with Kaizer Chiefs. He will pull strings. He will make the team win and what. Now, because he's not producing the
we are entitled to our opinions.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we don't want him anymore. That's what we say.
Make him.
Actually, sell the whole Chiefs. It changes Northwest Club. Essentially beats because this leader, you cannot, and I'm talking for majority of the Kaizer Chiefs people, us. There's no way you can develop a team like Chiefs. A team like Chiefs is like your Barcelona, your what? You buy players, professional players. You don't buy 300,000. You spend millions because Chiefs country, whether we like it or not. Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, they're the biggest clubs, and you don't want those teams, number 8, number 9. It's not right. You understand? It's not right. Some teams amongst themselves to fight, to go and fight Libo Chiefs, you understand? So you cannot have Chiefs in a coach. How as an interview about it, and then developer, remove 3 years, we can't.
But you agreed to that when he was initially.
Yes, we agree. Every coach because we feel like what change the state. But 2-3 games you fail. Hamba. Get another one.
My personal opinion, I think it's still a great asset.
All the Chiefs before all the opinion. All the Chiefs.
Listen, I'm talking for the country in general.
Okay.
And things that we need to work on and change in it.
Pele, you said that you're a Chiefs fan or you're others?
No, I'm a Pirates fan, by the way.
Oh, you're others.
Yeah, I'm others. But if still
Mazwane.
And the more Chiefs for development.
Yeah, for development. I do more development, but this thing is going to destroy careers, and this is what we do in South Africa. We destroy careers because why? We take people who are not supposed to be in those positions. We put them there so that they can fall. Once they fall, because the whole country they are failures, they are what. So we put people who this status prematurely. Yeah, but so let this guy come back and be assistant coach, and then we get coach from outside or whatever. Baspan, until we're really ready, we cannot have Bopito Msimane Baba 20,000 in a week. It will take us time to have Bopito Msimane. So let's train these coaches that South Africa. Okay, you'll get there. Not in our lifetime, like you said. Maybe in future, then we'll have. But yes. But now I really feel no.
Whoever is listening from Kaizer Chiefs and watching this, please call us or call Mr. Konese. He's so passionate about Kaizer Chiefs. Actually, Lumudirang ambassador. I think his friends and Kaizer Chiefs.
No. Akeji. Or favorite Chiefs.
Brenda,
she's not into sports.
One Brenda Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs colors.
Yeah, well, Tinas, we are gold, bro. We are gold. No, but really, they might just make something happen there. No. Now, petrol prices going down, and then the diesel price staying the same. And there's a bike there outside using diesel.
I'm using diesel.
I'm using petrol. Luckily, my car. No, I have diesel cars, but the one I keep using every day. Yeah. But what it takes, how about change the price? That's my only problem. I have a problem here. Petrol, and then but what it takes about to go 20 rand. Why is that?
I don't think it's only the taxi. Generally,
the broad, we do the same.
Doing business when prices
So
goes
price, leadership
again. We always this evenly inflection that is. It's also everything. The problem that we have.
I can't afford to go to a restaurant these days because it's expensive. Food is expensive.
Everything is expensive.
You know, Kolo is expensive now than before. You can't afford a car. Maintain it. Oh, yeah, servicing already at 300. These young people don't know. They don't know. They at 300. Service, full service, 300. Now, there's 100 service less than 1,000 rand. Nothing. No, man. You need to change that. And then
we will. I think we've got, like I said, we've got great leaders, young leaders that can able to change, and they are already making changes in their respective spaces.
I read make G president. The guy who fella like whatever comes to mind. I 1, 2, 3. We'll do it. You know, we need young leaders. Have a fair chance. I think Malema is no more young. He's too old.
No, I think he's still.
He's fighting Little Dula now. Huh? He's
41 this year.
He's old. There's youth, which is from 16 or what? 16 to not 35. 16 to something. And then there's young adults from somewhere to 35.
Now I think, if maybe for my president, I'll go for Vusi.
Vusi
Tembe
Kwai. Vusi Tembe Kwai. He's a motivational speaker, isn't he? Motivation.
Not only that, he runs businesses.
Oh yes.
His profile in terms of the business it's great.
So you think this guy Ntantla Mang, what do Ntantla Mamang? You think he Ntantla Lux, yeah? You don't believe he can run the country? He can sell the country.
You can?
The cameramans are saying you will sell the country. What did you do, Ntantla? Tell us.
You will sell it.
Why? He's fighting for South Africans now.
He's not fighting for South Africans. He's fighting for himself.
For himself? For what? He's a pilot. He's a qualified pilot.
Did he fly the flight?
He didn't fly it.
But let me go into it. I think not everybody obviously will be a president.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking this: everyone has got a role to play. Has got a solve to solve.
Okay.
And the discussion here, I had this discussion with a friend of mine to say, Dudula, the way it has been doing, but untite the foreigners, untite the businesses, now Rasokola. That was his role. Remember, role Yahalax, it's security. Let's. I think we need to look at the expertise about. Skabatsenya fela. Ene ugudumo security. Aramufe Minister of Security.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. And entrepreneur, because I'll go back to this. My justification with Kore, and then there's a level of business, is that there's entrepreneurs that could have come on board and say, because you've solved this problem of security in Rinalio. So as an entrepreneur or as a business person, let me come with my portion. We need to start doing that as a country. Now you are good in one thing. We think you can able to lead the whole pack. If but if you can leader social issues, solve social issues,
you will do
it's
it.
Me.
Yeah.
So
I think even the ministers that we have, then it's wrong. Because you need to have an MEC or a minister only passionate as in culture. Minister and both the MEC, right? Because they know how the artistic battle, the library debate, all of those things. Then you go to defense or you go to whatever. Yeah, this is a young platform. He must know that we are not happy with them. For so long, so that he understands how Maponesa buy through what.
It's a proven record.
Exactly. Yeah, you are right. You are very much right. And the MEC also must follow the same. So let's have leadership like that. Even the president, when you choose the president, let's have someone who have qualities to lead. You understand? Someone who is not easily influential. You understand? I made the trend. This and this and this and that. I don't have a problem. Now when the president, I don't have a load shedding about phone. Can we get 1,000 generators for this nation? Because my people cannot go on Basnam Takas. That's a leadership for me. And that's a caring president for me. You understand? I cannot have a president who is a billionaire, zillionaire, whatever, who's living large. Hanale load shedding. We do have load shedding. We experience load shedding. Even before we shot this, we had load shedding. You understand? For 3 hours. For that 3 hours, Zaka, Chelte, Kai. You understand? So, lastly, I want to say, please, South Africa, let's change. Let's change. We have the power to change.
We do.
You know, we have. Even we are willing to change, and we are willing to change, you know. So, what do you want to say lastly? Ma'am, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I have a question for him.
Okay, yes.
I want to go back to what you said about upcoming creatives
Yeah.
changing their mindset and saving, all of that.
Yeah.
There are instances now where upcoming artists, they come into the industry,
Mm.
they make music and it sells. Then after a while, they come to social media and say, I didn't get a cent from that whatever song that I did. I didn't get money. I can't afford an apartment. So what advice would you give to upcoming artists in order for them to avoid that? Because when you are new in the industry, you don't know how things work. You don't know the relevant people to go to.
The good thing about this age today is information is free. Knowledge is free. You go to your smartphone, there's YouTube, you can able to search about anything that you want to get it there.
Yeah.
So my answer to that is that, get knowledge about the industry that you get involved in. Don't entirely rely on the recording label or the manager. Do your homework as well. Get to learn, because also have dreams and aspirations for it. As a musician, I worked on a musician for my entire life. I need to grow in that. I need to get starting as a musician, as a singer. One day I want to be a peer manager, or I want to manage artists. But for that you need to, as much as you learn with your experience, you also need to get knowledge and also associate yourself with like-minded people. You know, people that will inspire you in the industry. I still do that. I still have mentors, people who are great in the industry. And by the way, I know he doesn't like me to say this. He's one of them. I'm learning from him as well. You know, I learn from a lot of people. And off the record, we are talking 2 weeks back, and I was telling him this to say, one of the things that makes a person grow quicker is when you start blessing what you don't have. The problem that we have is, I want to be like him. I want to drive the car the car that he drives, but I've got a jealousy for him. You will never grow, you will never learn. You cannot have what you speak against. If I want to be the greatest musician, I need to look at who's trending now. If Casper is in the line of business that I'm doing hip hop, try to learn from him, even if it's not personal.
Yeah.
Follow him, follow what he does.
Yeah.
You know, how he updates, that you're going to learn. You know, so it's about that. It's about learning the industry. In this industry, by the way, this industry doesn't want you to follow
Never.
and say everybody's gonna do things, so you're gonna be not. I call this industry a mafia business.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean holy. You will be knocked all the time. Learn from our experience. That's why we're here. We're sharing this. We've lost money. We've made big mistakes. Go on, we've recouped. That's why we're sharing this. Come to us. Sometimes we cannot mentor all of you at the same time.
Yeah.
But learn what we do on social media, how we update your brand again.
Yeah.
Your brand is the most important thing. Social media now is our resume. And
True.
I see these young creatives now,
Yeah.
whatever nasty thing that you carrying yourself there, it's a brand. If you the first thing that I do, I go to your page.
I check.
You know, I've 2 offers of being an ambassador national.
Yeah.
Those guys, I don't know them. They call me and say the reference that they made was to say, we like how you hold yourself socially, on social media, your updates, and so forth.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't have challenges myself. It's not like somebody doesn't, but you know, it's also about the emotional intelligence.
Yes.
You know, it's about business. Once that business, you'll be knocked, we're gonna have a disagreement.
Yeah.
But we don't hold grudges, you know.
You continue learning, you continue.
We continue learning from the mistake.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I can mention quicker. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your conflicts. You know, you can always learn, especially the conflicts in the event industry. That's what we do. We say, that's why we have postmortems.
Yeah.
We learn from the show, from the past show, the conflicts.
Yeah.
Whatever that we have done, we learn from there. So learn. What I can emphasize is that
Learn.
the industry. Know about the industry. Know
The business side that thing, because now people want to get royalties, but haba register music, number one. Haba posty, like you were saying, so that they can get money from YouTube, they can get money from Spotify, they can get money from all these platforms, you know, because since Kabzale Maporisa Bazen, I've learned a lot of, I don't need a record label that much. I do need it if Kibata, but still I can do my own things, because now my music, I manage my own music, and I'm busy. I'm the busiest person that you can find. From Monday to Friday, I'm always flying somewhere, doing this and this and that. But I have time to check. I can take a little more plane. I can go, you know, check. How's my music doing? Okay, don't do it. You know, first I released my music at 20. Professional. I released my music at 2020. And then I sat down with my wife in the house. I'm trying to answer your question. I sat down with my wife in the house, maybe you know, keyboard, all of those things. And Facebook clips, and people started to love the music. And I started to record, right? And from there, it was still COVID. In that short space, took my music to digital platforms. COVID, a year later, I made over 350,000 because bank account was right. I was posting right. I was advertising my music on Facebook because I had Wi-Fi in the house. You know, personal data every time. All this nasty stuff. I had all these opportunities. So if I could make 350,000 sitting at home, just putting my music out there, how much can I make if Kele Siras 100% an artist? You understand? Because now I'm an artist only Saturday and Sunday. From there, I'm a businessman all the way. You understand? So what about a person only that time to use? Or aka upload a music, aka market, aka perform, because let's say artist here, DJ, they perform from Monday, Monday they perform. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they have 5 days to do that. But if you don't have the management side of it and the discipline of it, because for me, I don't perform for to get beer, I perform to live out of that. You understand? Even if it's fine, but at least I can't perform, but I'm pay 5,000. And then tomorrow, I don't know, you understand? I reinvest also. That is the most important part. Like you were saying before, you must reinvest in your craft, because you make a hit and you think that hit will sustain you for 3 months. Never. In South Africa, a hit, it lasts 2 months, unless I do December. Then we can play it from September, November, or September, October, November, December. By January, we start listening to new hits. And from January, how did I hit January? By March, Fedil. Correct. December,
learn the trends of music.
So you do one hit, you must go and do another one. Invest in another one, another one, and another one. You can't. And the artists around South Africa, once hit our age, you start buying expensive Lamborghinis, expensive what. You can't sustain. You are not like me. I'm a businessman besides music. But when you're an artist, that's all. You understand? You cannot compare my lifestyle with your lifestyle, because you're gonna different. Now my business part says I must drive a nice car because I need to meet clients. I need to impress clients. You understand? When you need to impress your audience, but you need to live standard. I can afford to give 1,000 rand. a nice teki. You cannot afford teki at 20,000 or gigi weighs at 20,000. It means you didn't make a profit. All the money went to that. You understand? So I think he was saying, let's learn to manage our financials right, because they always say that it doesn't. So if you want to accumulate more, like a businessman, I will advise you to always reinvest in your business. And your business, your talent. Like you take for an example, your soccer stars, like Zergwara Chiefs, yeah. A soccer star lifespan maybe 5-10 years. After that, we get BM, we get all of these things. After that, Bamo Lemata. After that, what? Hana any business side. Hana, how many stars are not on the cast? Go PSL, go national teams. Because they did not know how to use money rightfully so. So we are trying to say for those who are watching, please learn to reinvest in your craft. That's all I can say. I think from you, are you okay?
I'm great. I'm great, sir.
Can we close? Can we close?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Thanks.
I can eat a buffalo. I think you should come next time again, maybe for the second episode, third one, and a fourth one. You also need to come so you can talk. Yeah. No, we need to come in. I think next week we'll have Omega Kuno. He must come for the next one, and then he can share it to the gospel artists or all the artists there more in the industry, the challenges and all of those things. And he once shared his testimony, really called Lesotho, I think from last month there, where he was saying, I think he must come and say, so that I can spoil. Yeah, he must come. But God can change things. Whether it's God or the Hindu, God or what, we don't judge. How can change your things. You understand? I always say we promote one God, one man. There's no other medium. It's only one God. Whether we meet Allah, whether we meet Jehovah Shai, Salah, there's one God. Because either way, we were made by one God. Yeah, even really different, then I'll say yes. You understand? Then I know it's different. But as long as we're made by one God. So let's always keep in mind that there's God. Whether you sing hip hop, house, gospel, one God. And let's stop discriminating. All right. Until we see you next time. It's from us.